Good afternoon everyone, my name is Sumit Shikhar Pan Patel and my roll number is M.24.162 and my topic is labor cost variance. Let's come to the introduction of labor cost variance. The definition of labor cost variance says that it represents the difference between the decided standard labor cost and the actual labor cost incurred for the actual production. As a fundamental component of standard costing, it empowers management to evaluate overall workforce productivity and efficiency, identify specific departmental areas of cost overruns, pinpoint operational bottlenecks in the manufacturing floor, and implement proactive but data-driven financial control. The next two slides are about components of labor cost variance. There are total 5 components of labor cost variance. The first is labor sub-efficiency variance. Labor sub-efficiency variance measures the efficiency impact caused when one category or grade of labor is substituted by another category. Formula is standard hour into standard rate minus revised actual hour into standard rate. Second component is labor mix variance. This variance occurs when the actual proportion of different categories of labor used differs from the standard proportion. Formula for labor mix variance is revised actual hours into standard rate minus actual hours into standard rate. Third component is labor rate variance. Labor rate variance refers to the difference between the standard wage rate fixed by the company and the actual wage rate paid to workers. The formula for labor rate variance is actual hours into standard rate minus actual hour into actual rate. Fourth is labor efficiency variance. Labor efficiency variance refers to the difference between the standard hours allowed for actual output and the actual hours worked, valued at the standard wage rate. Formula for labor efficiency variance is standard hours into standard rate minus actual hours into standard rate. The last component of labor cost variance is itself that total labor cost variance or labor cost variance. It refers to the difference between the standard labor cost for actual output and the actual labor cost incurred. The formula for labor cost variance is standard hour into standard rate minus actual hour into actual rate. Now let's move to the next slide. The next slide is about advantages of labor cost variance. First is rigorous cost control. That means we can target any particular functional area of our company to target the extra outgoing cost from the company, and then we can lower it. Second is clear accountability, which means we can assign responsibility to specific departments, for example, HR department for rate variance and production managers for efficiency. Third is management by exception. It allows executives to focus their attention strictly on significant deviations rather than standard operations. Fourth advantage is improved future planning. Provides a robust data-driven historical basis for revising future budgets and setting competitive pricing. Now let us talk about some limitations and disadvantages of labor cost variance. First is costly implementation. Setting accurate, realistic and highly detailed labor standards across an entire organization is a time-consuming process. Second, qualitative blind spots. Purely quantitative variance analysis completely ignores human factors like low worker morale or machine breakdowns or delays. Third, risk of obsolescence. Rapidly changing technological market or inflationary conditions can render standard rates and hours obsolete quickly. Potential demotivation. Extreme overemphasis on strict efficiency metrics and rigid cost control can negatively impact employee satisfaction and product quality. Now I will conclude my presentation with the last slide, that is strategic conclusion. Labor cost variance is a useful managerial tool for controlling and analyzing labor cost. It helps in improving efficiency and decision making. However, its effectiveness depends on proper setting of standards and fair interpretation of results. When used carefully, it supports better cost management and organizational performance. However, modern financial leadership requires interpreting these quantitative metrics alongside qualitative operational realities. A balanced approach ensures that aggressive cost control never compromises product quality, workplace safety, or long term employee satisfaction. Thank you.